Good morning. It is Friday, February the 3rd, and this is The True Conservative. Welcome to all the butchers, bakers, and candlestick makers out there. I'm Ron, your host, and the only true conservative in the United States today. So today, after the Serenity Prayer, the Pledge of Allegiance, and the Star-Spangled Banner, we'll have a series of essays in which I try to convince Democrats and Democrat-leaning independents to become members of the Republican Party. All that and more when I get back. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen.
Your hearts. Here we go. Face your parents. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam? Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets was bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does the star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the
Thank you. The Republican Party as the party of government. Not too long ago, during a budget fight, the Speaker of the House was asked why Americans should side with Democrats. She replied, "Simple, we like government." Wrong. The Democrats like brute force. The Democrats like power. Republicans and conservatives like government. We celebrate the Declaration of Independence. We celebrate the Constitution of the United States. We promote the rule of law and are therefore the true party of government. We are the party and people to go to during budget fights, deficits, inflation, and recession. Back in a minute. Thank you. True friend of labor. Conservatives are the true friend of labor because they support a flexible minimum wage. Without a flexible minimum wage, labor faces layoffs. With the flexible minimum wage, workers keep their jobs. Back in a minute. Thank you. True friend of the poor. The true conservative is a true friend of the poor because he is a capitalist. The essence of capitalism is the gold standard. In a gold standard economy, prices go down and the value of one's money goes up. In a gold standard economy, banks are optional, and so is the stock market. Back in a minute. Thank you, thank you. True environmentalism. The true conservative is the true environmentalist because he understands that human wants and needs come first. True conservatives are the true environmentalists, conservationists, because we put human beings first. Logging is environmental. Logging saves forests and human lives by supporting old-growth trees that are highly flammable. Conservatives support the gold standard, and the gold standard is environmental because it is savings rather than consumption-oriented. And when the people put off their purchases, they create less waste. Back in a minute. Thank you, thank you. True gun control. True conservatives are the people of true gun control because we respect and support law enforcement and national defense. True conservatives are realistic. We recognize that this country already has gun control. We've had gun control measures of various sorts for a century. We stopped gun violence in courtrooms and other federal, state, and county buildings, and we can stop gun violence in schools by insisting that states and school districts respond the same way that the courts did, with security sufficient to deter rogue gunmen. That's true gun control. Back in a minute. Thank you. And along the lines of how did we get here? How did we get here in the state of California? State of California is a deep, dark blue. How did we get here? We used to be that the Republicans at least had a chance to win. Now they got none. Why? Proposition 11 back in 2008. That's what screwed this state up and turned it into a one-party state, oddly enough. Now, it's ironic because Proposition 11 was supposed to be the Voter First Act is what it was called. So the voters were supposed to have a commission, would create a commission, and they would gerrymander the districts in the state of California, right? So take it away from the politicians, let the voters do it, and that way, theoretically, we're going to get better representation. But no. Why not? Because the Democrats either found a loophole or whatever, and what they do every time is they load up the commission with their operatives. They did it right from the beginning, right from the get-go. And there was people that made note of it at the time and said, this is wrong, this is not what it's meant to be. Democrats didn't give a rat's ass. They saw an opportunity and seized an opportunity to run the state forever. Okay, so since the gerrymandering that now is rigged, they're all Democrat operatives that have the say-so on this commission. Republicans have no chance. So until Proposition 11 is either repealed or modified, the Republicans will never have a chance. Okay, and it has nothing to do with message. It has nothing to do with what it is the Republicans stand for. So becoming a moderate Republican isn't going to help you. It's not going to help you. It's just nobody cares. You got an R after your name, you suck. That's the end of it. So we have, as a matter of fact, a lot of people that might be Republicans, I don't know, but people that run unaffiliated. They run for office and refuse to state. Now, that's no good either because it doesn't solve the problem. The problem is Prop 11. Okay, and if you're going to try and pull that stunt with me, hi, I'm Joe, I want your vote. Oh, really? Are you Republican or Democrat? Well, I'm a refuse to state. Well, guess what? I refuse to vote for you. Bye-bye. And I refuse to give you money. I'm not voting for a mystery man. No way. So Prop 11 is the key in the state of California. You want things to get better in the state of California and have a situation where somebody other than the Democrats has a shot at running the state or at least having a say in the affairs of the state, then Proposition 11 has to be either modified or repealed. Back in a minute. Thank you. 5 questions to ask political candidates and office holders. Number 1, true or false? Reality is what the majority says it is. 2, true or false? Nothing can be known with certainty. 3, true or false? The government has rights. 4, true or false? Society and the people in it are perfectible. 5, true or false? The individual has free will. Back in a minute.
choir.
Thank you. This is Ron, your host, the only true conservative in the United States today, bidding adios to all the butchers, bakers, and candlestick makers out there. Until next time, remember that the left has no authority, no power, and they can't win.